Good afternoon and welcome to today's lunch break with the Rabbi. Today is Monday, December 7th, the 21st day of Kislev, and we have a very interesting topic that we're going to discuss today, a topic that comes up many times, and I've been asked about this very often, and a topic which is called dreams. You know, there's a story about this kid wakes up one morning and tells his mother, I had a dream. And the dream that I had was that you, Mom, bought me a bicycle and Dad took me on vacation in some exotic remote island. His mother looks at him and says, come on, dreams? They're always like upside down, opposite. They don't make any sense. She says, okay, well, you can take me on the vacation and Dad can get me the bicycle. Either way, that will work. What did we make about dreams? Are dreams true? Is dreams real? What we dream about makes sense? How do we relate? What does Judaism say about dreams? In the world, we probably have two groups of people. People that say dreams, it's nonsense. Don't believe your dreams. Go back to sleep. Turn over. You'll have a better sleep tomorrow. And then there are the people that walk around worried. Oh my gosh, do you know what kind of dream I had yesterday? What's it going to do to me? How am I going to think about it? What am I going to do? How am I going to feel? The dream doesn't stop bothering me. Well, this week's Torah reading begins with dreams. Joseph has dreams. Now, Joseph usually is a smart guy, but something doesn't seem right. This week's Torah reading, the Torah tells us that Jacob shows favoritism to his son Joseph, and he knows that his brothers are bothered by it. But what does he do? He continues to pester them and says, hey guys, you know what I dreamed about? That I'm going to be your ruler. I'm going to be in charge. Then he comes tomorrow. He sees they're getting annoyed at him. And they're calling him already the Balach Haloimis. Here's the dreamer coming. Here's the guy that thinks he's going to be in charge of us. And you'd think if he's not getting along with them, they're already teasing him. He's teasing them. There's already some angst and animosity there. You already said your dream that got them upset. What does he do? He says another dream to continue to edge them on and say, hey, not only have the sheaves and mine been the only one standing and you've been leaning down to me, but now the sun, the moon, and all the stars have been coming down bound into me. Now, usually the dad will say, okay, come on, guys, this is just a dream. Move on. But instead of fizzling it down, first he makes nothing of it. But all of a sudden he starts giving credit to it. As the Torah says, he secretly went into his room, Va'aviv shamar es hadavar, and Jacob went in and he was waiting, anticipating for it to happen. He went into his room and marked it in his secret calendar, the date and possible occurrence. When is this going to happen? Anticipating for it. So what's going on over here? What was Joseph doing trying to edge his brothers on, getting them upset with his dreams? And even more so, is there any validity to dreams? Well, as you know it, in the Torah, there are two opposite views about what dreams are. Sometimes we find credit given to dreams. Look at the Torah, stories about dreams. Joseph had a dream. What brought Joseph to royalty was the fact that Pharaoh had a dream, and he decided to interpret Pharaoh's dream. Go back even a little bit earlier. When Avimelech took Sarah and took her away, God came to him in a dream and said, you better let that woman go. Later on, Bilam has a dream. Nebuchadnezzar has a dream. We find dreams throughout the Torah. So is dreams real or not? But then at the same time, we find that dreams are given no validity. The prophet Zechariah says, the dreams are false. They're nonsense. Don't give it any credit. So what is it? And to prove to the point, the Talmud says how we know dreams are nonsense, because notice, you'll never dream of something that's impossible to happen. For example, you'll never have a dream of an elephant fitting through the eye of a needle. Because dreams are only something that you think about all day. So therefore, all of a sudden, they become a dream. So what is it? Are dreams a reality, or are dreams something of nonsense? Well, let's take it a step further and let's look at the story of Joseph and try to figure out if dreams are true or not. Joseph, continuing in his story, in his episode, as he's finally led down to Egypt, and then eventually is seduced by the wife of Potiphar, his boss, and just the last minute, he escapes. He doesn't commit to being with her. And the Torah says, Vayima'ain, an extra tune, that tune keeps on going up and back and back and back. It's only in very few places that the Torah has that note on the word. You know the two other places where it has it? Once by Lot, when he was refusing to leave Sodom and he was looking back, or his wife was looking back. And the time before that, time after that, is by Eliezer, the servant of Avram, when he's looking for a wife for Yitzchak, and he is not sure if he got the right one or not. Then again, he is. And what if she refuses? And again, that note, it goes high, it goes down, it goes back and forth, is a note of confusion, unassurance. In all of those three cases, there was a certain unassurance. Lot wasn't sure. He wanted to leave his home country. Is the city of Sodom and Gomorrah really going to be destroyed? Is it really possible? He had that reluctancy. Should I? Shouldn't I? Eliezer was looking for a bride for Yitzchak. He wanted to do everything his master wanted. But he also wanted his daughter to marry Yitzchak. He had a conflict within him. Yosef the same. He was being seduced by his wife's, by the master of his wife's master, his master's wife. I'm sorry. And over here he was confused. Should I give in? Should I not give in? In fact, the Talmud says he was ready to commit. He was seduced. But all of a sudden, he had a dream. He had a vision. His father's vision was seen in his mind. And he said, how can I disobey and how can I disappoint my father? And he left right away. The vision, the dream stopped him. So what is the dream? What is it? What is that vision? And over here, the Talmud explains, and is explained the Hasidic philosophy, that a dream is dependent on its beholder. A dream is what you make of it. A dream is only something, it only has validity, is if you continue to ponder and think that it is something, then it's something. Then something will become of it. But if a dream is nonsense, and you regard it as such, then it will be nonsense. Let's take the examples of the dreams. God came to certain individuals during the time of the Torah and throughout life to show them certain messages that they've taken to heart. And because of that, they have changed. Whether it was Pharaoh, whether it was Avimelech, whether it was Bilam, or whether it was Joseph. There were dreams that people became a reality because of the way they acted on the dream. It is for that reason that in Jewish law we know there is something called Hatavas Cholim, to make a dream good. That if you are being bothered and disturbed by a dream which constantly ponders you, you have to do something about it. There's a prayer that we say when we get blessed by the Kohanim every single holiday, asking God to make our dreams come to fruition for the good, just like Joseph's dreams. That we should be able to react to the dreams in a positive way. So let's go back to Joseph. Joseph has a disagreement with his brother. He wasn't a silly person by telling them his dreams. In fact, he went and told them his dreams, hoping they would dismiss it. Hoping they would say dreams are nothing. But instead, what did they do? They gave it credit. They said, do you think you're going to be a ruler over us? They interpreted the dream to be a reality. So Joseph said, 1 second. This is serious business. What's going to happen? Then he comes along and says, listen here, I got another dream. And his father says, wow, you have validated the first dream? Now this is something of reality. I know that my children are going to have to end up in the land of Egypt because of the promise that God gave our forefather Abraham. But now that my children are actually making it real, there's going to be a leader amongst them. I hope this happens very soon and very quick so that we can all get down to Egypt and get out of Egypt to the Holy Land. Do what we got to do and get it done quick. That's what he was anticipating for. That's what he wrote down in his secret calendar. This is the dreams that our sages tell us can come to fruition. A dream that we act on. A dream that we take into our hands and we say, yes, I am going to live up to my dream. Not a dream of nonsense, a dream of disobedience, a dream which tries to knock us off from what we're supposed to be doing, and scare tactics. A dream like Joseph, like we say in that special prayer. God shows us a vision and waits for us to act on it. Yes, our sages have told us that exile, that this whole entire exile is like one big dream. But it's one big dream that God is waiting for us to wake up and smell the coffee and realize the time of the redemption is right upon us. And we need to take that dream and bring the reality, making this world a better place. So my friends, as the saying goes, all it starts is with a dream. You have to dream well, dream good, dream healthy, but most importantly, act on it and make sure to make this world a better place, bringing Moshiach now. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m.